Hello there. Welcome back to the basement. She-Hulk is over. It's been 9 weeks, and it's time to sum up. Um, I know it's been over for almost a week by the time I'm dropping this, but I wanted to take a little time, get my thoughts together, surf the web a little bit, see what other people are thinking. Not because I want to plagiarize, but because hearing other people's thoughts helps me to form my own. So now it is that time. Um, when I first heard about She-Hulk, I was like, Q. When I heard it was going to be a legal comedy, I was like, aight. And at that point, I knew it was not going to be a serious show. Period. So I was not expecting a serious show. So a lot of the hate for that show that comes from a lack of seriousness, at least for me, seems like a little bit of ignorance of what it was advertised to be in the first place. So they advertised Goofy. I was expecting Goofy. Oh, we got Goofy. Um, it was a fun show. Overall I enjoyed it. A lot of people griped about some of the messaging in there. Um, didn't bother me, especially since 90+% of it, if not all of it, was actually true or an accurate representation of some of the things that people have to deal with on the interwebs. So I had zero problems with that. I would say the only things I agree with the detractors from the show on are when they're ripping on some of the technical aspects of it. Like, overall, the writing was... I don't want to use the word goofy because Goofy's the overall tone of the show, and that's what I was expecting. Disjointed, I would say. A lack of care, lack of attention to detail sometimes. Yeah, that I can definitely go with. And of course, the CGI, except for the last two episodes, was pretty lackluster. Although I gotta say, the twerking was freaking hilarious and I loved it. Yeah, so overall, a pretty fun show. Obviously, there were many technical weaknesses that could be harped on. And then there's the finale. Actually, before I get into the finale, I need to gush about Daredevil, because Daredevil is the fucking man. I gotta say, the suit was just okay. I mean, I understand it is comic-based, and that's cool. But in case you didn't notice, comics don't always do the best thing. But I mean, it wasn't a bad suit, just wasn't that great. I do like the fact that, he mentioned that the Sokovia Accords were repealed in his episode, so that can lead to all kinds of fun later on, obviously. And the fact that he had suits, plural, made, which means that the rumors about his predominantly black suit that's supposed to show up in Echo are much closer to being confirmed, or at least true now anyway. So that I'm looking forward to, because I love black. So yeah, Daredevil episode was magnificent. And of course, that reminds me, a lot of people did not like the fact that the devil gave the She-Hulk the horn, so to speak, because of his Catholic background. But if you know anything about the comics, which I will freely admit I've never really read the comics, I'm getting this information from Comic Sweaties, and of course I fucking loved the Netflix Daredevil. And if you know anything about either of those two sources for Daredevil lore, you know that while a devout Catholic, he has his own personal faith issues and does not hesitate to smash bitches at all. The man is a slut, and he was written as a slut. Jen Walters was written as a bit of a slut in some runs. Therefore, giggity giggity. And the walk of shame was hilarious. Barefoot down the street carrying his boots past an old lady, still in the mask. Morning. That was funny. And then, of course, we get to the finale. Yeah. It was weird. It was freaking weird. The whole, I mean, I'm a fan of fourth wall breaking. I like being engaged at times by the product I'm consuming, but and I understand, or I have come to understand that that is taken directly from one of the She-Hulk runs, where she, except for in the comics, it was barging into the artist room rather than a TV show writer's room, but same deal. Um, I just thought that, I mean, there's a lot of goofy crap going, but like the Bloodline thing was cool, or the Blood storyline was cool, and that would have very easily and nicely and conveniently been a good MacGuffin going into future Hulk things like Cat 4, where the Hulk's supposed to be involved, and of course what we're all hoping for, World War Hulk. So it was annoying that they murdered that, and just kind of basically made a whole clusterfuck out of the finale. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the family vibes at the end. That was pretty cool. But overall, it didn't have to be that wonky at all. But the Kevin fight, the Kevin bot, or the Kevin AI, or whatever you want to call that thing, that was funny. I will give him credit for like just that scene in general, since they went that route. That was a pretty funny scene. But the idea of just basically taking all the storylines they'd worked on and just going, just kidding. That was a little whack. But again, well, obviously it is what it is. Can't do shiza about it now. But like I said, overall, I had fun with the show. I didn't take it seriously because I knew it wasn't going to take itself seriously. Therefore, I was nowhere near as upset by it as some are. So, basically, not trash. Definitely not epic. Ain't winning any Emmys. But I don't think it was a garbage show. Not at all. So, that's my thoughts on the She-Hulk. Of course, I always want you to tap that old thumbs up button, and I always want interaction. So please feel free, type in a few comments down yonder, hit that subscribe button, because like I always say, there's always good times to be had when you're chilling in the basement.